St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We FM is SVG.
Good afternoon and welcome to WFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Coats St. Vincent Limited.
The Quartz 5-day sale is here from May 26th to May 30th. Get ready to save big across all stores. Lounge and dining, 20% off cash purchases and 30% off credit purchases. For the bedroom, buy 2 get 1 free, excluding Ashley products. Hurry in, deals like this won't last. Shop now, only at Quartz. Terms and conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Coats St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene, police are investigating the sudden death of Zachary Harry, a 19-year-old junior clerk of Lauders, whose body was discovered inside a bedroom at a residence in the community on Sunday, May 25, 2025. The police were alerted to the scene around 2:25 p.m. Upon arrival, the body of the deceased was found lying face down on the floor next to a bed. A firearm was observed near his right hand and the body bore injuries to the head. The district medical officer visited the scene and pronounced Mr. Harry dead. The magistrate was informed and granted permission for the removal of the body. A post-mortem examination will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. The authorities have stated at this stage no foul play is suspected, but investigation remains ongoing. The RSVGPF is encouraging anyone with information that may assist with the investigation to contact the Criminal Investigations Department. In commemoration of World Environment Day 2025, the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture, in collaboration with the SVG Tourism Authority and the Prime Ministerial Advisory Council on Youth, is pleased to launch the Pick Up, Pitch In, Protect Paradise TikTok Challenge. This digital initiative encourages citizens, especially youth, to take action and demonstrate their environmental stewardship by posting creative 60-second TikTok videos, showcasing how they are contributing to the protection and the beautification of the country. Participants are urged to step up and make a visible difference, guided by the theme. They are required to 1. Post a 60-second video on TikTok demonstrating how they are stepping up to pick up, pitch in, and protect our paradise. 2. Tag at experience.svg on TikTok and use the hashtag Pick Up Pitch In Protect Paradise Challenge. The video with the most likes will win a day pass for 2 at Sandals, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Deadline for submission is Friday, June 27, 2025. Still on the local scene, Honorable Camilo Gonçalves, Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, said the government is not interested in being or becoming a hotelier. Speaking on WFM Issue at Hand program on Sunday, Minister Gonçalves stated that the government currently owns 2 hotels, the Cobblestone Inn in Kingstown and the Holiday Inn and Express Suites in Lyman. He also said the government is involved in developing a 3rd hotel, the Marriott Hotel, in which it would be a $50 million equity partner with a private entity. The finance minister made it clear that the government's interest in building hotels is to create room stock to drive a number of benefits in the economy. We hear more from Minister Gonçalves.
That the government is not interested in being or becoming a hotelier. The skill set of the government is not running hotels. Our interest in building these hotels is to create room stock. Because once we create room stock, we drive a number of other benefits in the economy. If you have more rooms, you get more airlines. If you have more airlines, you get more tourists. If you have more tourists, you sell more agricultural produce, the taxi man makes more money, the tour operator makes more money, etc., etc., etc. So we have said from the very start that it is not our intent to build and hold hotels indefinitely as a hotelier.
That was Camilo Gonçalves, Minister of Finance and Economic Planning. He highlighted the ultimate goal is to divest the government of these hotels after their interest has been satisfied. These include addition to room stock, jobs, tourists, and economic benefits. On to news in the region. Police from charged Richard Bryan, 53, a football coach from St. Andrew, with fraudulent conversation following a series of events that occurred between January and May this year. Reports are that Bryan allegedly pretended to be a funeral director. He collected $500,000 from a woman to have an autopsy conducted on her son's body and to make funeral arrangements. Bryan reportedly initially informed the woman that the interment would take place on Friday, May 9th, and later changed the date to Sunday, May 25th. After several unanswered calls to Bryan's phone, the woman became suspicious and made a report to the police. Bryan was then apprehended and charged with the offense after reportedly admitting to having used the money for his personal benefit. He was taken before the court and bail was denied. He is scheduled to reappear in court on Thursday, May 29th. A public advisory warning has been issued by the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation, SCDF, against unauthorized carnival experience packages currently being marketed for the 2026 festivities. The foundation announced that it has become aware of various entities advertising packaged carnival experiences for next year's celebration, prompting officials to clarify their position on these unauthorized offerings, Loop News reports. The foundation stated in its announcement the SCDF would like to clarify that it has no agreement with any entity to offer such packaged carnival experiences, nor has it endorsed any of them. The warning comes as the foundation seeks to protect both local and international consumers from potentially fraudulent schemes capitalizing on the popularity of St. Martin's annual carnival celebration. The SCDF officials are urging both the local businesses and international visitors to exercise extreme caution before making any financial commitments that lack official SCDF sanction. The 55th St. Martin Carnival celebrations are set to be held from April 16th to May 4th, 2026. On the international scene, a Canadian man has been sentenced to almost 2 years in prison for stealing a famous photograph of Sir Winston Churchill, known as the Roaring Lion. Jeffrey Wood, who pled guilty to stealing the original print from Ottawa's Chateau Laurier Hotel between Christmas 2021 and early January 2022. He also admitted committing forgery. Ottawa police said it was found last year in Italy in the possession of a private buyer who was unaware that it was stolen. The image depicts a frowning Churchill, who was 67 at the time, shortly after he delivered a speech to the Canadian Parliament. The photograph was noticed to be missing in August 2022 when a hotel staff realized the original had been replaced with a fake. Wood was sentenced to 2 years less a day, a distinction which means he will serve his sentence in a provincial institution instead of a federal prison. Finally, in sports, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander produced a stunning performance as the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Minnesota Timberwolves to move within one win of the NBA Finals. Oklahoma lead at the break and at the end of the third quarter, but had to survive a late Minnesota fight back to take lead in the 7-game series. Victory in Game 5 in Oklahoma on Wednesday will secure the Thunder a place in the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012, where they would face either the Indiana Pacers or the New York Knicks. This has been VFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanika Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for VFM's 3 p.m. news. VFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Coates St. Vincent Limited.
Experience Carnival with Quartz Ready Cash. Enter to win $10,000 cash when you take a loan for $3,000 or more. Get the cash to purchase event tickets and costumes. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. No security required. Flexible payment terms, quick approval, and hassle-free. Visit us in store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Promotion ends June 30th, 2025. Normal criteria.